buys the wrong lav mics.
Fucking high all the time. We also can't be shown being supporting Starbucks.
Oh yeah, we're already rolling. So, do you have any hot takes? Don't sit like that, like a crazy. You should probably take your glasses off for this sound. Like,
This looks beautiful.
yeah, let's talk about the eyebrow thing. I think that's
got my eyebrows done the other day, and they offered to tint them for me, and I was like, I've never had that. I don't know. And
look at you now.
She was like, do it, and I was like,
honestly,
I just thought
it's
it would
growing
be
on me.
If it was a little bit less dark,
little
I
bit
think
less
it would-
dark, it
I
would
think
look
my
really
eyebrows are
good,
pretty
yeah.
naturally blonde. If they were more like your shape, if I could copy your face and
do like
paste it
the
on my
pointy.
looks maxing. Get your sip out. You can't have it anymore once we're on camera.
Oh god, that's good.
Gotta go off camera to take a sip of Starbucks. We're gonna get canceled if our lunches.
But I think
Clipping that out, too.
if we're doing a podcast style, we should be like talking to each other.
Yeah, we can
Not with
break
the
the
camera,
fourth
like,
wall. We can break.
I
the
guess
fourth-
like that. Yeah.
You're true. That's true. You're true. That's true.
Everything's true, man.
I'm a conspiracy believer.
Yeah, what conspiracies? Hit me with your conspiracy.
I just think they're
This
all
is good. This
I
is
just- Flat Earth. There's
Yeah.
a probably
Impossible. That one's scary.
0.1%
That's insane.
chance. Maybe they're telling the truth. Cause you know about the ice wall. I've seen some TikTok videos lately, and I'm like, maybe there's something to this.
I
And
hope
all the
not.
other planets are spheres, but ours is a disc.
This can't go anywhere. This is gonna be just 20 minutes of garbage. You can change the YouTube channel name. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you don't think we should identify as like
I don't like labels.
the Balding brothers or something?
I'm already bald, so.
I'm going there, but they did such a good job hiding because
Dude, you would
no,
see
but usually my hair
A
up
little bit you do, yeah, actually you do. But before, it was like time to let it go.
You pull off the bald
I
look
was
so
like,
good though. I
disgusting.
couldn't unless I got
You look bald already.
Ah,
You look bald already. You can't
I
tell.
look like I got buzz cut.
really?
Yeah, you look more like a skinhead than me.
That's why I dyed my hair all the time. So I was like, look, I'm not a skinhead. When I first started buzzing my head, like a couple years ago, I was like, maybe I could be like punk aesthetic. Maybe I could like
You kind of
switch it
look
up.
punk right now, yeah.
And I got a jean jacket, and everyone was like, no, bro.
Yeah,
They were
dude,
like, you
yeah.
look like a neo-Nazi
Yeah.
immediately. So
Yeah. And now I hate hair. Every
Yeah.
time I go in the shower, especially since Fiona's been over more,
yeah.
I had to get like those little drain thingies. So my
Chat, Fiona is his love of his
the
life.
love of my life, yeah. This is exciting stuff.
Oh.
Balding, hair. How do you feel about hair?
And we're at the
Flat Earth
We're
theory.
at the beginning of
This
our
is gonna be
successful YouTube
horrible.
career.
We should talk about something. Like, you know, we're being too serious. We need to be a little funnier. We should not be doing a podcast.
But I don't think it's like episode 1, this general topic, and we talk about it.
Okay.
Or we could, but
Okay.
I just got
Yeah.
prescribed Vyvanse.
And what do you think?
I think it's good. I
Why did you do it though? Why?
Like
Do you actually think you have ADD, or were
Yeah,
you
I
just
think
like
ADHD.
Oh, I need a bit of a boost?
No. I've like always. I've had lots of people who have ADHD be like, you probably have ADHD, bro. Like, as long as I can tell, I've always had like a really bad bouncy restless leg syndrome.
But is that
And struggle focusing?
yeah? But is that like crazy? That's what I mean. I'm like,
For
if
me,
it helps you,
I was like, I just have had so many people the last few years that I know who got on medication for ADHD, and they said life changing. My life is so much better now, and they were like, you should try it, and I was like, you know what, sure. And my doctor was like, yeah, you can take it, and then if you don't like it, you can just stop, and it works immediately. And I was like, just like smoking pot, I was like, I'll try it, and then I did it every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So.
But
But
like,
drugs are bad, and I dare to say I'm quitting. I dare. I was supposed to have a dry April, but
oh,
Well, because now I've been having extreme pain with my eye.
And so you need the drugs.
Honestly, when I smoke like a little bit, when my eye hurts,
Oh yeah,
helps
yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
And I like
I
light
do
up.
say glaucoma, pretty
Yeah.
classic.
It's a natural pain reliever, I think.
I did a little bit of Vyvanse back in college, and it was like, I kind of fucked with it, but it kind of fucked me up.
Yeah. Well, I will see. I'm only 2 days in. They're like, you got to take it every day consistently to have your body have a chance to like regulate. So
Does it help with your productivity? What
it
do you
so
find?
helps with my
Okay,
productivity. Like, just the other. I've only taken it 2 days so far.
that's it.
I've just started on
you
it.
just started.
But already I was like sat down the other day for like 5 or 6 hours and just worked steady.
And just
listened to
work,
music, and I was like, usually I could do that for an hour and then I'd be like, okay, I need to fucking.
Yeah.
And just like can't really help me lock in.
I was gonna take Vyvanse
Mm-hmm.
for the energy levels and for the being focused, but then I was like, what if I turn into like a zombie and I'm just like, okay, gotta work all the time.
I'm pretty sure most people have their own level of self-awareness, same as you would be like, oh, am I drinking too much, or is anything altering me too much, and is that okay? But I think like a lot of really successful, rich, famous, whatever people, they're taking medical prescriptions like crazy because it
gives you an edge.
it gives you an edge. I think that we're like a long time past having like people be like, oh, don't medicate. Because I remember growing up and there was lots of like shame around people being medicated or going on meds or like some sort of a weird connotation, And now I feel like it's so normalized. So many of my friends are like, oh yeah, meds changed my life.
Yeah. Is it gonna make me like weird? Is it gonna make me too locked in? Am I gonna be way too fucking sick and then I'm not gonna be able to go back?
Well, like, and maybe if you're like, it's horrible to idealize money like that, but if you're really like locked in and working and enjoying
That's true, yeah.
That's fine. Maybe it's fine to change. It's good to, if you think that you're like, oh wow, I need to take a break or step back, then you just do that. I don't know if I would take Vyvanse forever. I'm gonna take it for a month and see how I feel.
And see how you feel, yeah.
And if I'm like, ooh, this is making my life way better, because I'm unemployed right now.
This is the best time to do it.
Like, yeah, it's a good time to just experiment, I think. And I'm like, I don't know, I've never felt more busy in my life. I feel like every day I wake up, I'm like, okay, go, and then this and this and then this, because I got so many projects, because this is my opportunity to try and start up some sort of side hustle or residual or something like that. Where I've always been like, oh, when I was working 9 to 5, and I was like, oh, if I only had these days free, drop shipping stuff, and then you get it, and you're like, look in the
I
drop
don't really
shipping,
want to do this. Yeah. I honestly feel the same thing. I'm like, oh, once I quit one of the jobs, I'll do my own thing. But
even when that free time comes, it's you're so burnt out from grinding for years that you're just like, I need a break, and then you're like, wow.
Plus, I think it's hard to like push yourself as hard as you really need to, because if you're working for somebody, there's always I'm more fear driven, and so there's always the like, shit, I gotta do this or I'm gonna get fired or I'm not gonna have money.
It depends where you are.
I guess that's also true.
Because I found like the fear of being fired and losing your job goes away the more
you financially stable you have. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because then you're like, I was always like that even when I was working 2 jobs, and then at the end I was like,
whatever. Yeah, and also the people pleasing aspect where you're just like
at your job.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Not for my corporate job.
No.
My tattooing job's way different because I care about my clients, and like it's a much more
like
direct, whereas like I have no stake in a corporate company unless you're a shareholder in some meaningful way. You're not gonna benefit whether you do a good or bad job at all. So there's no incentive.
That's true.
And everybody's trying to keep up with everybody else, so everybody's paying for these nice places that.
We're having the same thing with our parents, because kind of how we were talking, where it's like they're like, oh, you're never gonna be able to afford a house, and it's like, yeah, but is a house my ultimate goal? I don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
I'd rather live somewhere nicer than have a house somewhere shitty. At least right now.
Yeah.
At least right now.
And like, even then, nowadays, having a house is not the same as owning a house, and the interest rates and everything, like, it's a way different ball game than when they were in the, you know, and it's not, a housing investment isn't going to 10x from here. It's much more likely to go in the opposite direction. So.
Yeah, or slightly go up, but you're right. It's not, it's, because have you seen some of those TikToks where there's these guys on TikTok who go up to like random old people in the States and they're like, how much you buy your first house for? And they'll be like, $15,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, come on, like
housing has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Look at us, a couple of finance talking money in the housing crisis.
Speaking of, please invest in Bitcoin, everyone.
I need to go back. You know me, I'm a very socio-politically stepping on glass all the time. I feel like I don't want to say the wrong thing, offend anybody. And I even feel like talking about crypto ever is a very classist topic because most people are too poor or financially don't have the financial literacy to be able to put away money enough to meaningfully invest.
That's true. Yeah, we are lucky, but you know.
But it's like I had 2 jobs for 5 years. You've had 2 jobs for a year. We both hustle hard.
Yeah.
And
we are still coming from privilege.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This episode sponsored by
the Privilege Boys. That'd be good.
Privilege is too close to Proud Boys, and then again, skinheads.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful.
We just have to make out of it on screen. Just kidding. Just kidding.
We'll cut that part. Being a bald white dude, tough. Yeah, we gotta be a little bit more careful.
Just being a white guy. You know, I've had this conversation with lots of people I've been like dating and stuff who are like queer community, where they are like, see what I'm saying, where it's like, I don't really fit in with all these big macho cis white guys, you know, but I'm all like, I fit in more with the queer community, but I also am like enemy of the queer community, so I'm like, little me, I don't really have I'm
like, you don't have to be queer to be like quirky, you know what I mean?
Me like that. Just go hang out with the other like, come on, go straight quirky males. I'm not an incel, you know.
Yeah, but you don't want to hang out with
No, I just feel like
hang out with all the homos. Is that what you want?
No. Yeah, the homos in the past. You know, like I always feel like I'm one of the girlies, or like I just get along so well with queer people because politically I'm kind of, you know, I'm a very liberal guy. So I'm from Alberta.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I'm more left-leaning.
You're pretty left. Yeah.
I'm the most left-leaning of the friend group,
I would say.
You know,
100%.
and that's why I'm always like, so I don't really, you know, I'm not really in there, but I'm not really in this other group because I'm not belong to it. So I'm always telling these girls or non-binary people, I'm always like, I'm the most ostracized. I have it really tough. And they're like, yeah, you do. And they're like, fuck you. Where do I belong?
Oh my god.
No. I'm very lucky. I got a bunch of great friends and friend groups. Now that I haven't socially ostracized myself with another relationship.
Yeah.
Which we've all you know, we've all been there. Love to love.
You gotta find balance.
That's
But I'm the same. I'm pretty bad for that. I'm like, not lose yourself.
Have your own lives.
Yeah. If you find someone who can do it with you properly together, I can do my own stuff and like not feel guilty that I'm ignoring her, because I think sometimes that happens where, especially because we're so busy, we're working, and I want to go to the gym for myself, and I want to I do like hanging out with my friends. I don't need it all the time, but sometimes it's nice to be, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, with just me and my friends. I do like having her around too, but now I'm like more in the idea that maybe it should be more like not as frowned upon, or it shouldn't be as like, oh, I can't believe you don't get to see me and now you're going to hang out with your friends. I think if you want to go do something and not hang out for a day or two, I think that's probably more healthy. 'Cause
Oh,
you're
for
just,
sure.
like,
Seeing each other every day.
it's not necessary. I
Yeah,
don't think.
it's fine
Yeah.
if you're going, if that happens,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it. But to the point where it's like controlling or,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I just think it shows immaturity to, or like, to not have your own thing. To
Yeah,
be like,
yeah. I think
do-
people get lost in relationships too
Oh,
easily.
I've been there so many times.
Yeah.
I love to be codependent.
Yeah.
But each time you're like, okay, I gotta stop doing these
Yeah, yeah.
habits or like,
And you're right. Once you move in, it's easier.
but it's
But-
also harder. Because
Is
it's
it-
easier.
is it?
I've had lots where I'm like, ooh, let's just hole up. For
Yeah, and then you
3 or
don't do
4
anything.
days
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah. That's true.
spend 2 weekends
Yeah.
in a row and just chill.
And then also kind of weird because if you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing.
You stay here.
Yeah, it's
or
like, well,
you're
yeah.
really incorporating
Yeah,
each other.
yeah, yeah.
It's a big step to move
Yeah.
into.
But and that's like just a different step in the relationship.
Mhm.
But it's unsustainable. I don't think. I think.
Even when you do that, you should still have that time alone where you're like, I'm gonna go do my thing.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, totally fine to be like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, see you.
Yeah.
You know,
See you in a
you
bit.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to be. I've been in relationships where joined at the hip, and it's like, okay, come.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm better at being like, see ya.
See you in bed.
I have stuff to do too. So.
Yeah.
Or like not sacrificing, getting better through the years at not sacrificing like going to the gym for now. would rather stay home.
Or
and cuddle,
or you can like incorporate your partners and things like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes by myself, that I'm like, yo, you know what? I kind of want to do this, just me.
Yeah.
We haven't gone, like I said, the long distance has made it easier
Yeah.
because now I'm like, I get to do things by myself all the time,
Yeah.
pretty much every day.
Yeah.
But then when we are together, then I'm like, okay, now I want to hang out with you all the time.
Mhm.
Usually,
Because
we do-
when you're together in a long distance relationship, you really have to.
you,
capitalize on that
that's the
time.
thing, yeah.
More than you would even if you're living together.
Yeah,
You know, because
yeah.
you're like, oh, I gotta, you know.
But let's do fun stuff, you know. Whereas because when we lived together in the summer, we didn't necessarily do fun
You
stuff
just
all the
hit
time.
hang
We'd be
out.
like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the gym and then let's make food and
Yeah.
let's go to
'Cause
bed.
that's a regular.
Yeah.
You know, relationship living
Yeah.
together. So.
Yeah.
That's cool. What a funny combo, bro. Funny, hilarious.
We
thing,
we need to come up with something funny.
I don't know. I just don't know how to be funny.
You
Is it
can't
still
be-
recording?
Yeah.
Nice. We're at 27 minutes.
Damn.
That's good.
Episode 1.
Relationship and talking stocks.
Yeah.